This is the IT'S FPV Era 5.5-inch dead, and this is 5-inch Era mom. And this is their baby drone with some really good genetics. So yeah, it's 3.5-inch drone. No, it's not sub 250 build. And yes, it is an incredibly expensive build. And yeah, I really hope it's going to be an incredibly good one. But let's start from the beginning. Here's our frame. Not yet. Here's the frame. It's literally a scaled down version of the 5-inch IT'S FPV airframe. Even the cage are the same, which also means you can choose your own color. Cool, strong, reliable. From the mom, this little drone inherited its heart and soul, Keys Electronics. The Voltara Mini V3 flight controller, well, Keys is Keys, we'll definitely talk more about that later, and of course, the Voltara Mini ESC motors. And it's interesting, this is what I wanted for a long time, because there are the new IT'S FPV T-Hobby 1604.5 motors, 3650 kV, but the coolest part is the 3mm titanium shaft. No more T-mount props. That's pretty cool, isn't it? Nice job, IT'S FPV. DJI O4 Pro, there is really not much to say here, we are all familiar with it. It is expensive, of course, but for a build like this, it makes a lot of sense, I guess. For the receiver, I decided to go with TBS Crossfire, and apparently not everyone even knows this antenna exists. The Immortal-T Mini, and yes, it's an original TBS antenna. I'm still not sure about the GPS, mostly because of the extra weight, but I might end up installing this time-tested TBS M10 GPS, we'll see. And here is one more thing, propellers, Gamfan 3.5-inch props. Honestly, I think they were designed especially for these motors. Pretty cool, huh? Now all that's left is putting everything together. Let's do it, guys. So guys, now I want to draw your attention because actually it's not a big deal, but if you're looking something similar or probably the same drone, so this information can be useful. What I actually mean, if you are planning to build a Keys drone, I highly recommend mounting the stock exactly the way it was designed by the Keys developer. I replaced the original ESC mounting screw with shorter ones. Same screws, just a different blade. First install the ESC, then there are rubber metal dampers, I think they are called the Voltara Mini Kit or something on the official Keys website. And only after that do we install the flight controller. Of course we'll finish everything off with nylon lock nuts on top, but it's later. I really think this is the best way to mount a Keys stock. Yeah, I really do. So guys, our next step, solder everything together, the motor to the ESC, Crossfire, GPS module, so everything as usual. Let's go. We are almost there, guys. Let's plug in the battery and... Yes! No smoke. That's a good sign. Let's check the weight. Well, we already know this isn't a sub 250 build. Now with the battery, and for this build I choose the Airline 850 mAh. Okay, it's not exactly light. I also want to try mounting the DJI Osmo Nano, so let's see how much it weighs with the camera. Well, it is what it is. The next step is setting up the drone. Since we are using keys and Voltara, the process is actually pretty straightforward. If you'd like to see it in more details, I already made a complete setup video with my 5-inch IT'S FPV keys build, so activate everything and do the basic setup. Okay, everything is ready, the drone is ready for its first flight, but before we go, I want to talk about one thing. Why did I build this as a 4S drone? A while ago I built a 3-inch drone running 6S, just take a look at that video, I still love that build, and honestly I think the video is still relevant today, but there's the thing, for a 3-inch or 3.5-inch drone, moving from 4S to 6S feels a lot like moving from a 5-inch from 6S to 8S. Sure, you can do it, but does it really make that much sense? Okay, enough talking, let's finally fly this thing, shall we?
Welcome to Tango 2.
Okay guys, so speaking about the keys, I may say I'm pretty much familiar with this electronics, and back in the day I built my very first drone in 2020 or something like that, and if you wanna draw parallel, so let's say more like Mac, like iOS, you know, everything is already works pretty much well, and maybe Betafly it's more like Windows. So I don't know is it correct or not, but it is pretty much cool, and it is already flies absolutely amazing. Okay guys, this drone is actually really cool. The frame is cool, the electronics are cool, and the motors are incredibly cool. Maybe this is one of my favorites. Although I love all of them, maybe because I like small things, maybe I also like good things. Either way, this drone flies really well without a camera, and as it turned out, it also handled the Osmo Nano pretty well. Am I going to use it for bundle? No, for that I already have plenty of 5-inch drones. So what is this drone actually for, if it's not a sub 250? I like to draw the parallel. So could we compare this drone with this motorcycle? Tanya, what do you think? Is it comparable, this drone with this bar? I know it's not fair because
both of them are cool.
I'm probably going to use it for cinematic fly, but in a place where using a 6 or 7-inch drones would be, let's say, not really appropriate. It's quiet, it's small, it's not really about the weight, but more about how people perceive this drone. Nevertheless, you decided what you fly, where you fly, and what you spend your money on. Thanks for watching. And here I have a few more relatives here. This is the Aunt, basically a drone built using the IT'S FPV frame as a template. And this is the Uncle, a really cool drone that set the pace for the rest of the family. And this is basically Grandpa, a very important drone built on the Apex frame, one of the most significant frame in FPV history.